Hey guys, it's the 1st of March and I thought I would do a walkthrough of the garden. You may recognize some of these plants. These are from my seed starting that I did in my previous video, and I've moved them into grow bags because they've outgrown everything I've put them in. And this is an Aussie, and it's beginning to bloom. And I'm just beginning to bloom back here, and I believe that one is in it. That one's a big boy. And this one is a super sweet. It hasn't started blooming yet. There's my basil. It's been harvested 3 times this year so far. And there's a new Italian tree. The one I started is in the soil garden. So I started another one, and it's fairly young. That's the goji berry. There's a rooting I'm starting from the super sauce. Looks like it's doing pretty good. And these are indigo roses. I bought some seeds. They're a purple tomato. A little bit bigger than a cherry tomato. So I planted 6 of those. This is a Goldman's Italian American. I just started those seeds, so they haven't sprouted yet. Crocodile spinach. A little bit disappointed in these seeds. They have a very poor germination rate. There's the other one of the other goji berries. My insect control plant. It's about to bloom. If you look in the center, that curly stalk is flowers, and so it's about to go into bloom. This tomato, I've already harvested several tomatoes off of that since my last video. As you can see, this one's almost ready. And once these are ready, I think I'm going to take this tomato plant out of here because it's not really. I think it's run its life cycle, and I don't think that soil is very good, so it's not doing real well. These are doing very well. This is my Italian tree that I started with the plants that are in the grow bags. It's beginning to go into bloom. That one over there is a Japanese trifle. It's going into bloom. See if I can get a good angle at it. There's the blooms. By far, one of the most productive plants, other than super sauce, is this one, and I believe this is a Better Boy. It's one that I took out of my garden at the end of summer. As you can see, there's tomatoes back here, tomatoes here. It's just absolutely loaded with tomatoes, and I'm trying to take over the world, but I'm keeping it in check. But once they start coming in, this one is really, really loaded. The super sauce, of course, is the most productive tomato I have out here. Haven't gotten any ripe ones yet, but I highly recommend this one for productivity. As you see, it's completely loaded with tomatoes. Let's see if I can get a good angle. There we go. And it's still blooming like crazy, and I've done a lot of pruning to get these tomatoes, to get a lot of these stalks off of here, but it's just blooming and setting. There's probably at least 30, maybe more tomatoes on here. I've considered cutting it back to make them develop quicker, but I think I just want all my tomatoes, so I'm going to let it grow slower and produce. And here's the backside of the Better Boy. As you can see, I got some tomatoes coming in pretty good, and it's just growing in an aeration pot. And this one is the Livingston stone, sometimes called the dwarf stone, and it's got a good number of tomatoes, and it's blooming like crazy as well. Some tomatoes back here. So this one's probably got about 10 tomatoes on it. Still, it just hasn't been blooming very long, so it's got a long way to go. It's a determinate, so they're all coming in at once. And this is the stick tomato. As you can see, it has really gotten big, and finally it's beginning to set fruit. I probably will not grow this again. It's not a very productive plant. It takes up more space than it's worth, but it was good for one growing. Kind of a novelty tomato. And that tomato over there is a new big dwarf, and so it's doing pretty good. I started that one about 4 weeks ago, and it won't get very big, but it should be. It's supposed to be very productive. And the last thing I'll show is my daughter's lima beans. It's blooming like mad. Even this part that's above the light, but it's got lots of blossoms coming in. And this tomato plant is, this bean is about a month old, maybe a little bit longer. I think it had just started sprouting and taken off on my last video, but it's doing well. Let me show you also my my Salanova lettuce. As you can see, this one has gotten to the point where it can be picked. This is the crocodile spinach. It's finally beginning to really take off. It's putting out a lot of new leaves, so it's just getting good and started. Salanova, these I've already picked on several times, and they've come back. So they're highly productive plants. I'm not sure that the price of the seeds is worth the productivity. It is more productive, but I'm not sure it's productive enough for the cost of the seeds. That surprise leaf that I cut last time is coming back. I had intended on taking those out and putting more of the crocodile spinach, but the seeds aren't germinating correctly. Even under a heating pad, they're having about a 10% germination rate, so it hasn't really done very well. But once I pick all this lettuce, some of these I think I'll move into soil, but this will probably be the last update you'll see with this lettuce, because I'm going to take this setup out of here to start my summer seeds now that we're in March. And there's my pitcher plant. A lot of new pitchers came in over the spring, but unfortunately over the winter. But they have nothing to eat. I feed them a little bit when I catch bugs in the house, but it has really grown out.